Hey there, crafty crafters, and happy Friday. So I'm already kicking off another virtual hostess here this week. I was kind of like tempted to wait till next week, and then when I saw what was on my calendar and schedule for next week, I'm like, you know what? Let's do today and get it started, and then you can kind of get a feel for one of the projects anyway that I'm doing for Julie Hendrickson's virtual stamp party. Hi there, Diane. Good to see you on here. So yes, I'm kicking off Julie Hendrickson's virtual party. So this is card number 1. And then next week, my plan is to demo cards number 2 and 3 on Tuesday and Thursday. And those will be the only demos that I'm doing next week. So if you look for me on Monday and Tuesday, just know that I won't be on. And so you'll be able to catch me Wednesday and Thursday next week to finish out the demos of her party. But then don't be afraid, because Julie will be keeping her party open for a while. And I just finished up with Brenda Stuckey's party, and she's keeping hers open till March 26th. And I'm closing Lois Anderson's tomorrow. So if you have any last minute orders for that, you still have just a few hours to get that in. So for today's, let's see here. I was hoping that, here we go, that my iPad would catch up so I could just set this down and then I could show you the card. Okay, there it is. So here is today's card. There we go. And it is definitely a baby card. And I had so much fun putting this together with that cute paper. And so if you know anything about me, I have 3 boys, and then the first grandson was a boy. And so I thought, okay, this is the path that we're going to continue on. And then we got this sweet little granddaughter. And so to see some pink in our lives is really, really sweet too. So that is the card that I'm doing today for Julie's card number 1. Hey there, Pam. So let me get my camera turned around. It'll be interesting to see if people join in for a Friday afternoon. Fun, planned. Oof, my screen went blank, so I wasn't sure if yours did on your end or not, but hopefully that was just a glitch on my end. It kind of freaked me out. I thought I had tuned you guys all in, or off, I should say. Hey there, Barb. Hi, Donna. Hi, June. Hi, Pam. All of a sudden, a bunch of you, just when I was worried that nobody was going to join in. Okay, so here we go. We have the best chapter of your life is about to begin. And so that actually comes from the stamp set to the best chapter. I had this on my wish list right away as soon as the catalog came out, because I love the sentiment. I like that font. I like stamps that say a lot in big font so that it covers a lot of the card. There's other ones like that too, like for retirement and different things, and just a lot of different sentiments. So this could be used for babies. It could be used for housewarming, graduation, or anything where it says, congrats, smarty pants, welcome to parenthood, happy retirement, congratulations to, is pretty just kind of non-specific, and happy wedding day, and just a lot of different things. So that is featured in the annual catalog here on page 40. So I actually put this on my wish list, this one on my wish list, this one on my wish list. And so it was fun to go back. I started designing my card, and then after I was all done, I flipped to the page so that I'd have that ready to show you guys where it was at. And I went, oh, look, they kind of showed this with some of these things with the paper that I'm using today, but not the exact sheet that I'm using. Hey there, Brenda. Okay, so then the paper that I am using, I'm going to set my stamp set aside here, is in the very back. The last time I used this, I used that Flirty Flamingo striped paper, and I used it with like the flowers and leaves punch and such, and I just love this. So this is a Hostess exclusive, and the last time I used it, I wasn't able to open up the catalog yet because the catalog was too new and it was against Stampin' Up! Rules. So with this is on page 171, and I like to point this out because if you are considering hosting or are one of my hostesses, this is a 48 sheet pack for just $18 and the value is $30. So whenever Stampin' Up! Puts paper or any of these stamp sets in the back as their hostess sets, they really put a great value. So you have to use your host rewards to get them. So customers can't just get them when they want, only hostesses. But sometimes what people forget is if you are placing an order that's over $150, they consider you kind of like a host as far as you get host rewards. So you could use that to redeem if you have a larger order too. And some of you have really cued into that and been really collecting those host things because there is such a great value. So how cute is this soft paper? It's like soft and wild at the same time. And I'm pairing it with Blushing Bride. So I feel like the pink of Blushing Bride and this kind of give me a gray tone. So I'm going to pair up some pink and gray today to make a baby card. Hi there, Ruth. Good to see you on here. So yeah, this is maybe looking familiar to you too. This is the front pattern, but I used that last time. So kind of went and showed you all the papers last time. So I don't want to do that and bore you again this time, but just know that I love that paper and that's where it's at. Now I can show you where it's at in the catalog. So here again is today's cute little baby card. And I am pairing that today with, whoops, they almost slid all out. Once again, I feel like repeat performer, but I love it. Stitch So Sweetly Dies. And I never feel like I'm like selling this because everybody has it already, right? Okay, so the Stitch So Sweetly Dies have the squares that are stitched with a nice little scallop edge. And then actually the two that I'm using today, I'm layering these two out of the set. So even though they look different, they are from the same Stitch So Sweetly. And then I wasn't sure, but I brought it out anyway. Wasn't sure if there was a way to kind of bring this in. And for today's card, I thought I want the cute paper to do the work, but know that there's an animal print embossing folder that has that same look and pattern to it now in the catalog too. So I wanted to just point that out because that is kind of fun and could be something that you might go, oh, you know what? Maybe I want to do that instead of the paper that she's working with. Okay, so let's get started on the card. I'm just going to take some basic white cardstock here. Hi, Pam. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining in. So I'm going to open up my Blushing Bride ink pad here, and here we go. Whenever I have a photopolymer stamp set, I want to make sure I have my stamping mat because that really allows the ink from the stamp to really suck onto the paper and get a good image. Another tip that I want to pass along today, because I don't know if I've mentioned it for a while, this is a pretty big image on here. And so sometimes when we have a larger image that is photopolymer, meaning you can see through it, not the cling that has the red rubber on there, but when it is photopolymer like that and it's big, a lot of times it doesn't always stamp super well the first time or two. It's almost like there's a film. So I take my stamp before I even use it and almost pretend like it's an eraser and put it on cardstock or paper or even a desktop and just kind of try and jiggle and rub all of that off. So you can't see physically anything that it's leaving behind, but it just seems to get rid of a film on there that will allow ink to adhere to this really well. So that's good. Hi, Jane. Hi, Donna. Okay, so now I'm going to ink this up like so. Give that a good press because it's such a large stamp. The best chapter of your life is about to begin. And once again, this is the Blushing Bride. So I am going to bring over my cut and emboss machine here. And this I can, whoops, I had the whole machine on top of my die and I'm like, why can't I pick that up? Okay, so then I'm just going to kind of center this. It's going to cut off just a little bit of the edges, but that's okay. But I'm just making sure that at least the top and bottom are centered on there. And then I'll run that through to cut it like so. And if you haven't seen this one in action for a while, it gives that nice stitched edge around it, which I love. And I just kind of think the shape really as festive. And they didn't have any cards kind of made with a die with the stamp set in the catalog. So I just kind of went through all the dies in the catalog to see what would be good and what I had. And I kind of like that combination there. Now, this is a piece of Smoky Slate cardstock. I'm going to lay that down and then do the die from the same Stitch So Sweetly that has a scallop edge and stitch to look to it too. And then we'll be done running things through. So I'll set that aside. Okay, so you can see I went smack dab in the middle. Most of the time I'm kind of into saving paper. I'd probably try and scoot as close to the top as I could. But you can see here the Smoky Slate is just going to be a layer. So nobody sees that because the cute little tiger print, or leopard print, I should say, pink print is going to be on top of there. So we can do a little paper saving technique by cutting out of there. So that's scalloped and stitched, super cute. And now we can do a little bit of layering. So I'm going to take the cute printed paper here. I did kind of have to tell you, when I was putting my card together, I always go to the back of my Designer Series paper pack, and for the pinks it listed Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink. And those both clash terrible. One's like a peachy pink and the other one is kind of a hot pink. And they just weren't matching up. And then I went, you know what? This is like perfect for Blushing Bride. So I just kind of changed that up there. And then before I put this onto my card base, I'm going to use some of the Blushing Bride ribbon. And it's called Metallic Ribbon, because you can see that there's some metallic sheen. It's almost like a gold metallic sheen in there. And actually today I'm just using the soft pink side, the Blushing Bride side. I think when I've used this every other time, possibly, I've used it with the shiny side showing. Hold on, there we go. I felt like I was doing it backwards, and I kind of was. Okay, I always leave my ribbons on my spool, so for that reason, it's kind of important to do it the same way all the time, because I can't switch my spool around too much if there's hardly any on one side and all on the other. Okay, and then when I give it my knot, I'm not into tying bows. When I do that, I try and press it down and give it a good pull so that the gold doesn't show. I just want it to be the soft pink so that it's solid there. Hi, Carol. Thank you, Carol, for inspiring my card today, kind of. She'll know what I mean when I say that. Even though Julie's my hostess, sometimes other people in talking kind of inspire me for different things, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, so we've got that cute little knot on there with the Blushing Bride. And then this one is ready to go. This layer's ready to go on the card base here. So I'm just going to scoot this seal over that. And for my card base, I have that as the Blushing Bride 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, folding this way. So I can put that right on like so. Just give it a good press. And now this is ready to go on too. And because of this and the knot, I kind of want to get some dimensionals on here to give it a lift to go over top the ribbon like so. And got that. And that way it kind of just has a tunnel for it to go through like so. Okay, and then this I'm going to also pop up with dimensionals, and I don't think that's going to make it get too bulky at all. So we're doing a double pop up. And let me add a few more dimensionals to that. And I'm not putting any in the center just because that way it doesn't get too bulky when I'm double popping it up with the dimensionals. Okay, so now I'll explain to you why I didn't use and why I intentionally made sure when I tied my ribbon here that gold, it's very gold with the pink, and I felt like this Smoky Slate is like a silver in tone, and I felt like the two could clash if I put them next to each other. And at first I'm like, well, that looks really nice.
I want that.
Oh,
I want Sparky.
okay, I'll be right out. I have my grandson here, and I thought maybe he was trying to tell you guys something.
Patty,
Okay.
the cowboy cat.
Okay, so he's telling me what he wants to do next. Sorry about that, guys. He's so sweet, though. Okay. So, hi Patricia. I'm so glad that you could be on here too. And with this, my next accessory here that I haven't used for a while, pastel pearls. Pastel pearls. This sheet was actually one of the top 3 selling things out of the mini catalog. Out of everything out of the entire catalog, this ranked up in the top 3. And what's interesting, they named this pink color as a coordination with Rococo Rose, and then this light blue color is supposed to be like Seaside Spray, and those 2 have retired, even though Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather are still current. They didn't retire. But what's interesting is that this looks perfect with the card. So what I love is how Stampin' Up! Can make things just coordinate so well. Another thing is that even though this says Seaside Spray, it looks so nice with the smoky slate. It almost takes on kind of a metallic, well, it is a metallic sheen, you know, pastel pearl, but it just kind of takes on a silvery hue. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and just take these, and I'm going to put 1 in each corner. And with this having kind of a double pop up here, even though the pearls are on a popped up layer here, this extra next popped up layer with the sentiment on is going to kind of cushion. So I always kind of keep those types of things in mind when I can for going through the mails. So this will give kind of that same level as the pearl to be on the same plane that way too. Hi there, Lois. Okay, so we've got that as being the whole front. And then for the inside, I'm just going to go really simple. And I'm going to need my stamping mat again. For that, I'm going to open up the smoky slate. Often in the inside, I do something that's a little darker or something. And from the same stamp set that Congratulations to you, so I'm just going to tap some smoky slate onto my stamp here. And that kind of has a cute little swag there. It's one of those reverse stamped images. So the sentiment's actually not picking up the ink, and everything around it is picking up the smoky slate ink. And this will dry just a tad lighter, because when I first stamped out one, I thought, oh, did I grab basic black instead of smoky slate? But you can see as it dries, it turns to smoky slate versus the darker look there. So now this is ready to go on the inside of the card too, and we've almost got the card done. All right. So, whoops, let me add that to the inside. And like I said, for this being a baby card, there's also one of the sentiments, like if it was a first-time baby, you would maybe say welcome to parenthood, but I love the congratulations to you. And since I'm sending this out to people that are ordering through Julie's Party, I thought, well, let's do congratulations to you just to make it very versatile, or about as versatile as you can for a pink card that looks like it's for a baby. So thanks, Kay. Yeah, I loved, like I say, I love pairing Blushing Bride because I feel like it has that gray undertone. So I love putting these colors together like so. So I hope that those of you that are getting this card, that are ordering through Julie's Party, will have fun with it too. So that is card number 1 for Julie Hendrickson's virtual stamp party. And like I said, I'll be out a little bit with everything going on, but I'll be back demoing for you guys on Wednesday and Thursday next week to finish demoing Julie's Party. But just know that she's going to keep it open, so there's no hurry for you guys to order before that or anything. So that's the joy of having the virtual demos, is you guys get to keep seeing things. And as far as if you're not ready to order quite yet, that gives you some time too. So if you have any questions, just know using today's host code, minimum $25 order will get you the 3 cards that I make for Julie's Party as a thank you from both of us for ordering. And I'm going to take a still shot of today's project, upload it, and that will have the list of everything that I used to make the card, as well as Julie's host code too as a reminder. And then at the top pinned post of this page, I keep current all of the active host codes that I have going. So as soon as one host closes out her party, I take that off. And when somebody new jumps on to want to be a virtual hostess or any kind of hostess, I add that onto this page too to keep you guys in the loop. And speaking of in the loop, I almost forgot, today the Paper Pumpkin, if you've never been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, today could be your day. You can sign up and the link is on this page too. It just started today while supplies last. You can get like a $22 kit for $5. That includes the shipping too. And so that's a great way to get an all-inclusive kit. Really all you need to get out usually is scissors and adhesive, and even the adhesive sometimes. So if you've never tried Paper Pumpkin, sign up with me and see what you think, because $5, it's like, man, we can waste a lot of stuff buying stuff for $5, and so why not have something actually kind of fun for $5? So if you have any questions on that too, let me know. Thanks, Pam. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye-bye.